All right, well, let's go through some of the details on the history of live and dry blood analysis. It is actually a fascinating story. Now, live and dry blood analysis has actually been around for close to 100 years already. It really began in the early 1900s with scientists like Dr. Günther Enderlein, who was a German microbiologist who studied blood using a special technique called dark field microscopy. Now, what he discovered was that there are tiny shape-shifting microorganisms in our blood, and that their behavior seemed to reflect the overall health of the internal environment of the body, or the internal terrain. And that was quite groundbreaking at the time. There was another key figure, Dr. Claude Bernard, who actually introduced the idea even earlier, that it's not just the germs that we are exposed to, but it's actually the condition of our internal terrain or internal cellular environment that determines whether we get sick or not. And that's a concept that still holds true in holistic health today. Now, if we fast forward to the mid-1900s, researchers like Dr. Robert Bradford and Dr. Harold Manner in the US began applying live blood microscopy in the context of biological and natural medicine. Now, around this time, dry blood analysis, which involves looking at how blood clots and dries on a slide, also started gaining ground. Now, research, especially at places like the Bradford Institute, showed that patterns in these dried blood samples reflected issues like oxidative stress, toxicity, organ stress, and degenerative patterns, and a number of others. Now, an important pioneer of modern live blood analysis is Professor Marcel Bessy. He was a French hematologist who lectured at the University of Paris in the 1960s and 70s. He wrote a number of books describing the value of evaluating blood in a living, unchanged and non-stained state. He actually argued that all hematology labs should change from analyzing stained blood samples to live samples, for the simple reason that with live samples, we're actually able to observe the dynamic life processes at a cellular level unfolding in real time. So you can capture events and sequences that are completely impossible to see or detect in static, stained, and essentially dead slides. Now, this just makes so much sense if you think about it. It just seems logical that you would get more information from a fresh sample that has not been altered in any way than from one where the cells have been frozen in time by chemical stains and essentially killed off by the preparation of the sample. Now, since Professor Bessy, there have been other researchers who have continued to connect the dots between what we see in the blood and the client's state of health, the physiological processes involved, and also ultimately the interventions that are consistently successful in correcting a specific anomaly. Now, at its core, what makes live and dry blood analysis so valuable is that it gives us a real-time window into what's going on inside the body, especially at a cellular level. Now, we can often see signs of imbalance long before symptoms show up, or before anything might appear in standard laboratory tests or investigations. It really is a brilliant tool. It is unparalleled for helping to understand a client on a deeper level, which allows you then to formulate better, more appropriate treatment protocols in practice, and then also to monitor the effectiveness of those treatment protocols in practice during the course of treatment. Now, it's also incredibly empowering for clients when they actually see what's going on in their blood and it makes the whole healing process more real for them, and it often motivates change, in terms of diet and lifestyle, in a way that other tests or words alone simply can't.